people, Catfish Dave here. I haven't put out video in a while, haven't been fishing. I've been ordering stuff for this boat. I cleaned this boat. I put a different seat in. Basically, I'm having camera issues here. Sony is no longer supporting the app that runs my little outdated Sony camera, and the thing's giving me troubles. I keep having to restart my phone over and over again, and they sent an email saying they're no longer supporting it, so eventually the whole thing's going to crash. I got a new camera ordered, DJI Action 4. I'm waiting on it to come in. I've got some lights I've ordered for night video, and I'm going to set this boat up better than what it was. Going to get some rod holders in the front so my rods ain't laying down here, and we're just going to be better off here probably in about 2 more weeks. Either way, it's a November afternoon, pretty cold front passing over right now. Water temps have dropped down into the 50s, and I prefer to use shad when it gets that cold. But I've got my frozen salty skipjack here. And last time I fished, fish were deep. Between the water drop of these reservoirs, the dropping water temps, it's run them deep for a while. So we're going to fish deep. We're going to try to suspend bait some fish, and I may drag a little bit later unless this is very productive. Main reason I want to drag is I want to try out these new Dakota reels I got, some new braided line I got. These are my newer all carbon rods I use for suspending, and you can use them for any kind of fishing. It's just they're the most backbone I've got at any of my rods and the stiffest tip, and that's what I like on my suspended baits. If I had more of them, I'd use more of them. But right now, since I've only got 2, we're using them for suspend bait fishing. See if these fish got a taste for some frozen skipjack. Got my baits up about 1.5 foot or so off the bottom. It's early afternoon, so we've got a good 4 hours, 4.5 hours to fish. I caught a pretty nice fish sitting still in my last video, so we're going to try sitting still in some deep water. I'll tell you what, y'all, if I would have known there was going to be no wind, I've actually got a little bit of current here. I would have threw out some anchor lines. And actually, technically, I can do that on one of these dragon rods and just use it like an anchor fishing rod. I can do that. Let me do that. Why not? I'll just throw a dragon sinker on there, and we'll throw it out behind us. That way we're working a little more than just one small area. I'll tell you what, you don't see a day around here very often where there's no wind and you've actually got a little bit of current. Usually it's windy, gonna blow your boat everywhere, and this type of fishing, because we don't typically have much current, just isn't real fun. But we got it today, so we'll throw another bait on here, and I'll send it straight out the back of the boat, away from us. And I believe I'll throw another one out. As long as we don't have no wind, hey, I'll do it. It's always nice to be able to cover some water. I'll throw a head piece on one. Some days they prefer a head, some days they prefer a chunk, some days they'll hit both. So we're going to have a head on this outline here. Alright, y'all. It's rare that I get to fish like this here in this part of Tennessee. We might just have a pretty good day out here, as long as they're eating this frozen skipjack in 58-degree water temps. I'm going to get a little lighter coat on. I had this one for the ride here, but it's a little too heavy to be wearing sitting still, so we'll take it off, throw on something a little lighter. Well, y'all, we've been out here 30 minutes. I've got a rag through over the top of my camera. It is starting to rain, so if it's gonna rain, I'm gonna put this other jacket back on because this just ain't warm enough to be wet too. And this one is waterproof. In the cold November rain. Can't even sit in my brand new seat because it's wet now. Oh yay, oh happy day. It's raining in November. "45 minutes in and I've had one small bite. I can't even enjoy the new seat that I installed because it's wet. And even though it's only like a 15% chance of rain, it's going to rain the whole entire time that I'm out here. It ain't rain to drop until I put my boat in the water. Ain't rain to drop all day. Hey, shut up there, you gosh dang bird. Another small bite, that time on a out rod. Both bites came on chunk pieces. Neither head has got a bite. There was fish all on that screen right there, hanging around my baits. About an hour in, hooked up. Good chance he's gonna get one of them other lines. Fish has got mud all over it, man. Which is why we ain't been catching them. Down in the mud. Down in the mud. And that was on a chunk. The headpiece has not gotten a look today. First one in the boat on a cold November rainy day. Every time I take this hood off, it starts drizzling the rain again. 15% chance. Well, all right, y'all. We have spent half the afternoon out here, half our time, for one catfish. But it just doesn't seem like the most productive way to fish. There's more than one way to catch a catfish, and that's what we're fixing to try to do now. My gosh, electronic thing here is going to be off. It ain't supposed to rain today. Woo-wee. That was a cold ride right there. Oh. Well, all right, y'all. We're fixing to do what works when nothing else does. Drag this river. I'm going to drag just one headpiece and the rest chunks, because the only thing we've got bites on is chunks. Well, all right, y'all. I got 4 baits out. 4 planer boards. I never pull 4 planer boards. Usually 2 boards and 1 out the back, but we're running out of time. And I'm going to be working on my boat, so I need some fish on this video. My brand new seat's soaking wet. We'll just stand up and fish. If I could get my hands dry, I'd put them back in my coat pocket. That didn't take too long at all before we hooked up. fish number 2. And we didn't have to fish an hour and a half for it. That was on a chunk. I'm a cold November catfisherman, yeah, yeah, yeah. My hands would dry off, I'd put them back in my pocket. I'm gonna break out some of these hot hands. Once I get the water off the package. If I got water on my lens, I sure do. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? Yeah. Yeah, it stops drizzling for a second. Man, I got water all over my lens. Stops drizzling for a second, so I take this hood off, which my hair's been wet anyway, and then it starts raining again. Just had a bite on the headpiece. Miserable out here. Well, my camera's all blurry from water spots. And ain't a thing I can do about it because everything I got to wipe it off is wet too, so. It's just a beautiful day out here, man. Yeah, it just leaves a streak no matter what I do. Let me put this over this for now. We'll just have to do like that till I catch something. Everything I got's wet, man. I'm a cold November catfisherman, yeah, yeah, yeah. The wind is blowing upriver. That's usually the way it wants to blow. The opposite way of what you would want it to go. Yeah, he done got my other line. There he is. He's crossed up, but we got him. Alright y'all, we sore lift another one out here in the cold November rain. Well, alright y'all, it's a tough bite out here. November can be. Everything's dropping, temperatures are dropping. The last time I fished here, water temps were 62. I came out today and they are now 58. Once we start getting water in the 50s, these fish tend to lean more towards a gizzard shad bite. So now that I know water temps have reached the 50s, I'll start bringing some shad out. Had to make a video on Sunday because I'm waiting on mail, and I'm getting this boat set up for some better quality video in the future. New camera's going to be coming, new lights for night fishing. I've got plenty of new rods, new reels, new gear to try out coming up soon, so I'm just a cold November catfisherman today. Either way, it is a video. There was fish in the video, that makes the fishing video. This is Catfish Day with another one, signing out.